Hello, welcome to the tutorial to install Rcrust. First go to the URL tinyurl.com/rcrust. Then go to the Rcrust downloads page and click to download the Rcrust zip file. Once that zip file is downloaded, you'll find it in your downloads folder. Unzip that folder. Open that folder and copy Rcrust onto a root directory. Importantly, this needs to be a root directory, such as directly on the C drive, on the D drive, or H drive, depending on what your computer format is. If you're a Stellenbosch University student, it might help to put it on your H drive. Open that folder and open the rinstalls folder within. Double-click the R 3.6 WinExe to install R. Click any buttons that will allow you to run and give access rights to install R. You need to install R in that root directory. For example, if you're a Stellenbosch student, that's on your H drive here. You only need the 64-bit files, so choose 64-bit user installation. Finish the installation and open the Rcrust folder. To open an Rcrust project, go into the Projects folder. I'll open example 1 now. If I double-click the example1.rdata file, it will open example1 in Rcrust. Choose the default program to open Rcrust in. This should be R 3.60 that you've just installed. If you're asked to install a personal library, please do this, as this is what is needed in order to access your security protocols for this file. This will make a new folder in the root directory that you've chosen, within which it will install packages. Say yes. The system will now look for the nearest available mirror in which it will install packages from. Choose the nearest location to where you currently are. R will now install and download all the packages required in order to run Rcrust. This may take some time, so be patient. You can see the progress in the R console as text will slowly be printed into the console until it finally says that all of the packages have been installed. As soon as it finishes successfully installing packages, you should see a browser pop up, and the R console will say listening on an HTTP address. If you open whatever your default browser is, you will now see the Rcrust GUI, the front end to the Rcrust program. You can change the inputs, and you can read the tutorial within the Rcrust folder. Let me access that here. If I open up Rcrust, there is a getting started Word document and an identical PDF document for a tutorial on how to use Rcrust. I can then check that Rcrust is working by running example 1. When I click run, it throws a Rcrust calculation into the R console, and it will first tell you that it's parameterizing Rcrust, goes through all of its checks, and starts computing points. Just ignore any warnings if they are present. Anything that stops the program will tell you that it has stopped the program. Then you can watch as example 1 continues to run. When example 1 is finished, it will say that you can select outputs back via the interface. Then you go back to your browser of choice and you can select outputs and so on. Good luck with installing Rcrust.